you also need to understand this expression, that if I say sine 90 degree minus theta, now this one we have already done. This is equal to cos theta, right? What about sine 90 degree plus theta? Sine 90 degree plus theta. How would you decide on this? Now, what is the takeaway from this? Do you realize that 90 degree minus theta is in first quadrant? Can you see that? Normally when we take theta from 0 to 90. So this is first quadrant. Similarly, this 90 degree plus theta is second quadrant. Can you see that? Right? Now, in first quadrant, it is positive. Hence, the outcome is positive. In second quadrant, sine is positive. So this is still positive, right? Now comes the most important part. Whenever you have this structure, just look at this angle theta. This should be between 0 and 90. Look at this 90. This 90 has to be an odd multiple. If it is an odd multiple, then trigonometric ratio will change. The important word is change. Here also this 90 degree is an odd multiple of 90. So trigonometric ratio will change. And the change is fixed. Sine changes to cos, cos changes to sine. Tan changes to cot, cot changes to tan. Sec changes to cosec, and cosec changes to sec. So tan 90 degree plus theta will also be cos theta. For example, I'll take more examples. Cos 90 degree minus theta. We already remember this. Now 90 is an odd multiple of 90, so cos will change. So it will become sine of this angle. And this is in first quadrant, so it will remain positive. But cos 90 degree plus theta, look at this very carefully. 90 odd multiple. So this has to change. So cos will change to sine of this angle theta. So this plus and minus sign has a role to play only to identify the quadrant. That's it. 90 minus theta represents first quadrant. 90 plus theta represents second quadrant. Okay. And 90 degree plus theta is second quadrant where cos is negative. So the answer will be minus sine theta. Tan 90 degree plus theta. Can you find the answer? 90 degree plus theta, second quadrant. Tan, second quadrant, negative. Always remember, you have to decide the sign. First you decide the sign on the basis of original. This is on basis of original T ratio. No confusion, okay? Sign positive or negative will be decided on the basis of original T ratio, original quadrant. So tan, second quadrant, negative. Odd multiple of 90, so tan will change. It will become cot theta. I hope it is clear. One more, sec 90 degree plus theta. Okay. So 90 degree plus theta, second quadrant, sec, negative. Okay. And 90 is an odd multiple of 90, so sec will change, cosec theta. Cosec 90 degree plus theta. Okay. Cosec 90 degree plus theta. Second quadrant, cosec, positive. Odd multiple of 90, change, so sec theta. Now on the basis of this, can you identify sine 270 degree minus theta, cos 270 degree minus theta, tan 270 degree minus theta, okay, sine 270 degree plus theta. So I'm writing the questions here. You pause the video and try to simplify on your own, right? And come back to check the answer. Fine. Now write the answers. Sine 270 degree minus theta, it is the third quadrant. 270 minus theta is third quadrant. Sine negative. So minus, and odd multiple of 90, 270 is odd multiple of 90. So sine becomes cos of theta. So remember that theta just comes as it is. Whether to change the T ratio or not will depend on odd or even multiple of 90. On the basis of quadrant, sine will be decided. Original quadrant, original ratio. Now 270 minus theta, it is in third quadrant, cos is negative. And odd multiples will change. T ratio will change. Tan 270 minus theta, third quadrant, so it is positive. Tan will change, cot theta. 270 plus theta, sine will change, cos. And third quadrant, no, fourth quadrant, so sine is negative. Now this is a very interesting part. You have to see the original quadrant, 270 plus theta is fourth quadrant. So original quadrant, original ratio, so negative. Original quadrant, original t ratio, that is negative. So sine in fourth quadrant is negative. And changes because of odd multiple of 90. Cos 270 plus theta, it will remain positive, but because of 270, it will become sine theta. So first you decide positive or negative, and then you decide the expression. Tan 270 plus theta, fourth quadrant tan negative, tan changes to cot. So I hope this makes it clear. You do the same thing for cot, sec and cosec also. Do it on your own. Right? So this was the case of odd multiple of 90. So odd multiple of 90 will lead to the change. Odd multiple, the presence of odd multiple of 90 there in the expression will tell you that you have to change the expression after deciding the positive or negative sign. Now we'll take the situation where even multiple of 90 is present. So for example, if we have sine 180 degree minus theta, cos 180 degree minus theta, okay, tan 180 degree minus theta, sine 180 degree plus theta, okay, cos 180 degree plus theta. Do it on your, you already know the answer, right? No change, remember? Always decide the positive negative first, right? And then whether to change or not, that is the second part. So no change in the t ratio. No change in t ratio if even multiple of 90 is there. Even multiple of 90 degree is present. Right? So what will be the answer of this? First you decide positive or negative. This 180 minus theta presents second quadrant. Second quadrant sine is positive. No change. So the same thing, sine with this angle will come anyways as it is. Second one, 180 degree minus theta, it is second quadrant. In the second quadrant, cos is negative and no change. So the same trigonometric ratio will carry on with the angle this minus cos theta. For example, if I have to find cos of 150 degree, can I write this as cos of 180 degree minus 30 degree? So this will be equal to second quadrant, so negative, cos no change 30 degree. So it is minus root 3 by 2. The other way of calculation which we have already seen, cos 150 degree can also be written as cos of 150 can be written as 90 degree plus 60 degree. Right? Now second quadrant cos, that is negative. 90 degree odd multiple of 90, so cos will change sine of this angle 60. Do you realize that also is minus root 3? Obviously, because cos 150 degree is minus root 3 by 2. Whatever way you want to calculate, you can do that. So I think this explains very well. You know, coming back to this, tan 180 degree minus theta, how much is it? 180 minus theta is second quadrant, so negative. No change because of even multiple of 90, so tan theta. Sine 180 degree plus theta. 180 degree plus theta, it presents the third quadrant, sine negative. No change, so sine itself with the given angle. Cos 180 plus theta, third quadrant, so it is 180 plus theta. So third quadrant cos negative and cos theta. Tan 180 plus theta positive because third quadrant tan is positive and no change, so as it is tan theta. Right, so I think this makes proper sense. Now, one very interesting thing in values is that 360 degree plus theta is same as theta. 360 degree minus theta is same as minus theta, or any multiple of 360. See, you need to understand that 360 degree means one full round. So you are again back to the original position. So once you are back to original position, then theta itself will be calculated, will be required. Right? So if you come across, let's say something like sine minus theta, and you have to decide, tan minus theta. So what is the meaning of sine minus theta? Sine minus theta means sine 360 degree minus theta. This will help you to clarify. How? 360 minus theta is fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant sine is negative. 360 degree is even multiple of 90. So as it is. So sine 360 degree minus theta or sine minus theta is simply minus of sine theta. tan of minus theta, let's see, it is tan of minus theta is same as 360 degree minus theta, right? Okay, so this will be fourth quadrant, tan negative, no change because even multiple of 90, so minus tan theta, right? I hope this makes very clear sense. Cos 360 degree, if I have cos minus theta, it is cos of 360 degree minus theta. That is eventually fourth quadrant, so cos positive, and no change in cos, so cos itself and theta. So try to understand the difference, right? I think it's absolutely clear. So cos of minus theta is plus cos theta, whereas sine of minus theta is minus sine theta, because minus theta can be simply replaced by 360 minus theta, right? 360 plus theta or 360 any multiple plus theta simply replaced by theta and vice versa.